I'm at a new landscape that was put in by Rick Naylor from French Prairie Perennials, and I'm with the homeowners. I'm with Kathy and Mark. And so, Kathy, you were here for 20 years, and you had a landscape that you were kind of tired of?
Not exactly. What happened is we actually bought the property when my now 24-year-old daughter was 6 months old. And when we moved, there were small junipers that lined the property, which over the ensuing 2 decades and more had grown into gigantic and recently dying plants. And so Mark decided to take them all out, which I wasn't thrilled about. And then very recently, 2 giant trees that were on the perimeter of the property went down unexpectedly, and that's when we realized we needed to redo the front.
So Mark, you had to take out all the other plant material and get it ready, huh?
Yeah, the junipers had pretty much run the course throughout the whole neighborhood, so they had gotten too mature. We did remove them all, and then we kind of got stuck on what to do with the space. It's a big lot, and we were actually stuck for a couple of years until we ran into Rick over at a local garden show.
It was actually Garden Palooza, if I can kind of promote that. And so you talked to Rick, and he came up with these great ideas.
Well, we knew more what we didn't want than what we did want. When you look around our neighborhood, there's a lot of the same kind of plants and sort of general landscaping ideas, and we wanted something different. We wanted something beautiful. We wanted something colorful and unique, and we also wanted plants that were not commonly seen.
And it looks like it's a low maintenance. I mean, this is a big area to take care of.
That was extremely important. We were hoping for things that didn't need frequent pruning or plucking or raking around because there is such an amount of space. And that's what we told Rick.
So, you know, we got to hear from the owners themselves what they wanted from Rick. And so we're going to go over and talk to Rick and see exactly what he put in. Now I'm with Rick Naylor from French Prairie Perennials, and he is a mastermind of visualscaping. And so you met these people at Garden Palooza, and you really came out and transformed this. They call it the park now in their family.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. And I hear they have a lot of people that stop by and park and just kind of look at the landscape. I got the parameters of what they wanted to do. They wanted low maintenance, they wanted color, and they wanted unusual plant material, and they wanted it to fit in kind of a Northwest landscape because we're kind of surrounded with Northwest
it's beautiful
plants.
Here.
So, given those parameters, this is what we did.
Okay. And you really have deciduous plants, you have evergreens, you have different colored evergreens, which are really cool.
Well, different textures are important in a landscape, to mix different textures together, and mixing different colors together is also important because each plant then works with the other plant behind it or around it to bring out the best qualities in both plants.
Yeah. And you know, they don't have to put annuals or perennials in because they are going to have that seasonal color because of the conifers and the maples that you have here.
Right, exactly. And we also incorporated in a lot of boulders because they wanted that kind of a look. So, and the important thing to know about boulders, and we can talk about this one over here, is that when you're doing boulders or when you're using boulders in a landscape, just don't throw a rock out there. Okay, placement's key, and also the other key about it is make sure you have a boulder that has character to it. Now, for example, this one I picked out because I hand-pick all my boulders. This one I picked out because it has a lot of iron content in it, so it has the multiple colors to it.
Very nice.
And it's also not your typical round, just kind of lump of a rock. Yeah, it has some character to it. And it's similar with this rock over here, where it has a lot of layers to it. And you can see in that boulder there where it adds a lot of character to the rock too. So it's important that you do that when you're incorporating that into your landscape. But then we also wanted the unusual plants too. So we used this dwarf Norway spruce called the pinka, which changes color during the year. So that's the other thing we wanted to do with this, is put plant material that's going to evolve with the season so it looks different.
And you know what's nice to talk about these people too is they're one of the winners from your contest.
Absolutely, they are. They are. We decided to have a drawing because we had such a huge response at Garden Palooza. We incorporated some other people and offered them some discounts to get some work done.
So Rick, this whole landscape here is called visualscaping, and you invented it. So what is it exactly?
Visualscaping is just a form of landscape design where instead of drawing a plan, we actually bring the plants out and set them out so people can see what the finished product's going to look like, and then we can explain what each plant's going to do as we go through the process. So it's just eliminating a step and saves on cost, but also gives you the ability to see what you're getting before you pay for it.
Oh, for sure. Visualscaping is a great concept, and if you want to see this in your garden, go to their website at French Prairie Perennials or go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over. Thanks so much, and thanks for thinking of this because it is so cool.
Thank you, Judy.